will be on the record. And now we start the program, Achan. Okay, may I request our President of Thai-Bharat Cultural Lodge, Achan Chirapaji, to welcome the guest today to Thai-Bharat Cultural Lodge. And this hall we have made the new, please, the Professor. Thank you, ma'am. And may I request Savini to come to stage? And Achan Chirapaji, please welcome our Sijo, also professor of philosophy, which is very hard subject. Philosophy is in our college we used to say the sleeping class. Philosophy you can sleep. Yeah, you can meditate. Okay, we have got some journal of Thai-Bharat Cultural Lodge, ma'am. So it will give you the. For the professor, books are never heavy.
Our precious.
Yeah, that's right. Professor's books are
precious treasure.
Lifeline.
Yes.
And thank you, Achan. And now may I invite Achan Chirapaji, our President of Thai-Bharat Cultural Lodge, to give his welcome speech.
Namaskar, Prakuncha, Professor Sankita and Professor Sutaswasini. Both of them are Gogoi. They are home. So, welcome. Actually, it should not be formal because I treat you as my sisters. I took the opportunity when both of them came at the Northeast India Festival. So I accepted, I invited her to give a lecture on Buddhism in Assam and Arunachal Pradesh. I had the opportunity to visit those places because of her help. So I thought that it would be useful for the Thai listener to know how Buddhism is practiced in home and in other places in northeast of India. So I'm thankful that she accepted to come even at her busy period of organizing the festival for 3 days. So thank you very much. And I have visited both of their places. I know a lot of home culture because of them. Thank you.
Thank you, Achan Chirapaji, for giving and since you told that it is a very it's not we are not having the formal type of this thing. Oh, please, either. This is very traditional dupatta, angavastha. Yeah, it's a hand woven, no? This is normally hand woven. Oh, so thanks a lot. And this is a very traditional way of welcoming. And in India, in North India, we say Angavastram also. So, yeah, it's a very traditional way of welcoming and giving respect to somebody. Thank Kambal. Oh, Thai. And what called Assamese? Gamucha.
Yeah.
Gamsa.
No,
Yeah, we call it gamusa. So we always like to offer gamusa to our guest to show our gratitude, our love, and our welcome. We want to welcome.
so we are very happy. Now, may I request Achan Sombaji, who is the director of Sanskrit Center, Salpakon University, to introduce our guest speaker. Give the please.
นมัสการพระพุทธเจ้านะครับ and respected monks and respected Professor Chirapat, Professor Gogoy, and Dr. Shruta Swini Gogoy, and our honorable guests who come here, and I say hello to everybody who are watching live on Facebook of this Thai-Bharat Cultural Lodge. It's my great honor to be the moderator today, and may I speak both English and Thai so that Thai audience can understand, because now we are streaming live on Facebook of the Thai-Bharat Cultural Lodge also. First of all, I would like to introduce our guest speaker. Actually, needless to say, because Professor Sankita Gogoi often come to share her knowledge here in the Thai-Bharat Cultural Lodge so many times. And but anyway, I would like to introduce her to you all. Professor Sankita Gogoi is the the head of the department, all right? The Department of History in as associate professor in Mangkaldoi in Guwahati University, Assam, and she is Professor Sankita is really expert in Thai history, in Ahom history, and she also have many research work on these topics, especially in and we also have professor from Assam also, Professor Shruta Swini Gogoi. She also, both of them come from Assam to join the Northeast India Festival that just held yesterday. And now may I request Professor Sankita to share the knowledge of the Buddhism in Assam and in Arunachal Pradesh. Professor Gogoi, please.
straight. Swadika, Namaste. Very good afternoon to everyone. President of Thai-Bharat, Professor Sirapat Prapandavidya, sir, and other office bearers, our respected monks present here, and other students and my friends. So I'm going to speak on I'm going to speak on Buddhism in Assam and Arunachal, but I'm going to speak on particularly special reference to the Thai people living in Arunachal and Assam. Although Buddhism is there in Northeast India, but still I think that it is among the Thai which is in a pure form and which is in its original form is preserved and conserved in the right way and practiced also. So I have taken from some of the writers, from of the speakers, or from of the fieldwork PhD holders who have done good fieldwork on this subject while preparing this presentation. Myself is a scholar on Thai studies, particularly of Ahom studies, but still I have done a little bit of research on the Buddhism that is practiced in Northeast India. While doing my research, doing my project, ongoing project on the tribes and communities of India, Northeast India and Southeast Asia. In that connection, I have come through this area. So as you know that Buddhism is a very, what do you say, peace-loving. Buddhism, we know that is a peace-loving religion, always stands for compassion, non-violence, and humanity. So this is Bharat, India, and it is in the extreme east we get this northeast region of India. And there in the middle of it, we see the Assam, and above that, it is Arunachal Pradesh. These Northeast Indian states or Northeastern states represented by most chiefly Assam, which is the gateway to other part of India, mainland of India, then Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Meghalaya, Tripura, and Sikkim that occupy an important place in the history and culture of India. This eastern frontier touching Tibet, China, and Southeast Asia plays a very important role in shaping India's political and economic policies. Because you see in the map, we can see it is very in a strategic position, very important strategic position, because we have connections through that part to Bangladesh, to Myanmar, and even to China. So from that point, it is very much important strategically, politically, and of course for trade and commerce. That's why economically too. Northeast part of India belongs to the great Trans-Himalayan region, which is considered as a cradle of human civilization by the scholars. There has been waves of migration of various ethnic groups at the different intervals from the valleys of Yangtze and Huanghu rivers down the courses of Brahmaputra, that means Nam Tilao in Ahom language, the Sindwin and the Irrawaddy, and entered northeastern India and Burma. Assam is one of the 8 states of Northeast India situated in the extreme northeast frontier of India. It covers an area of 78,438 kilometers, that is 30,285 square miles, The state is bordered by Bhutan, Arunachal Pradesh to the north, Nagaland and Manipur to the east, Meghalaya, Tripura, Mizoram, and Bangladesh to the south, and West Bengal to the west. Actually, you can see a chicken neck. We call it chicken neck, where it is connected with the mainland India. Except on the west, this Assam is bounded on all sides by mountain ranges, inhabited by different hill tribes, mostly of Mongoloid stock. The river Brahmaputra flows through the heart of Assam with a number of other tributaries, making the soil of the land extraordinarily fertile. Because this is a comment by the Britishers when they came during the colonial period, and they found that the soil of Assam is very fertile for them, and that's why they wanted to stay in Assam, because they found it very feasible for tea plantation, mostly because it was a need for them by the time. The Arunachal Pradesh is the easternmost state of Indian subcontinent, located in the northeast India. The state has an area of 83,743 square kilometers. It is characterized by lofty mountainous terrain, crisscrossed by a number of turbulent rivers and rivulets. Arunachal Pradesh borders the states of Assam, Nagaland to the south, and shares the international borders with Bhutan in the west, Myanmar in the east, and the People's Republic of China in the north. So now we are coming to Buddhism. We know that it has been, even in connecting Thailand with India, we have seen it is a Buddhism that connected us. It's about 2,500 years back. We have the connection, and all the archaeological findings prove this hypothesis that yes, we have been connected from thousand and thousand years back, when it was called as Suvarna Bhumi by the Indians, and when they came for trade, and also along with them there came the religious preachers, like mostly the Buddhism. And for your information, it is I want to say that Assam, before coming of the Thai group Ahom, it was called as Kamrupa. It was a kingdom of Kamrupa. It was not known as Assam. And even before, during the legendary in things, we know it as a Pragjotishpura. In Ramayana Mahabharata days, in that scriptures, we get it is as Pragjotishpur. So the advent of Buddhism to Kamrupa is believed to be before 226 BCE. During the reign of Asoka, one Theravadi Bhikkhu, whose name was Dhitik, came to Kamrupa for preaching Buddhism. Buddhism has its glorious existence in Northeast India since its inception, so we can say that. Yet, very significantly, Buddhism is vibrantly flourishing in the socio-cultural way of life among the Thai people. It is actually, although it was there during the time of Kamrupa, but in practically, or in its physical appearance, we get during the time when the Thai came. Thai people started staying permanently in Northeast India, and we can see that that Buddhism had different forms, particularly in Myanmar and in Northeast India. Northeast India, particularly Kamrupa, known as a seat of ancient Tantrism, and one of the few remaining places in India that still prides itself in preserving the practices of occult. Very few outside Assam, that you know that that many centuries ago, Assam was a hotbed of Buddhism too. Where we get this, sorry. Sorry. So we can come to this thing that Buddhism was there from the time of ancient time, and the Tantrism is supposed to be one form of Buddhism. There is occult practice, but not that pure one. Belief state that Padmasambhava, the founder of Tibetan Buddhism, who died in Hajo. It's a place near Guwahati. It's a town 28 kilometers from Guwahati. That is capital of Assam. Nagarjuna, another leader of Mahayana Buddhism, is said to have erected a chaita, or that means memorial, in Hajo around 1st to 2nd century AD. Some scholars believe that the chaita was converted to Hindu temples around the 3rd or 4th century AD. The temple of Haigreba Madhava in Hajo is considered a pilgrim from Southeast Asia. I have not taken our respected sir to Hajo. Always I was interested to take him because now it is a temple, Hindu temple. But the Bhutanese, mostly they believe that that is the place where Buddha got his Mahaprayana. So during the time of Buddha Purnima, all the bhikkhus from Bhutan, they used to come to that place, and we can see some Buddhist characteristics in that temple, Haigreba Madhava temple of Hajo, which is about 28 kilometers from Guwahati. And now we can see Buddhism in Kamrupa from the travelogue of a Chinese monk, and he is the famous Chinese pilgrim who visited the court of Kamrupa king Bhaskar Varmana in the 3rd decade of 7th century AD. He comments on the people of Kamrupa in his book Siu Yuki. They worshipped the devas and did not believe in Buddhism. So there had never been a Buddhist monastery in the land, and whatever Buddhists there were in it performed their acts of devotion secretly. The Deva temples were some hundreds in number, and the various systems had some myriads of professed adherents. That means it was different kind of Buddhism, which was practiced separately. Himensang didn't see any traces of the real Buddhism in Assam that time in the 7th century BC, because he was called by Bhaskar Brahmana, the great king of Kamrupa, to Assam, because Himensang came to visit Harshavardhana. So from Harshavardhana, he came to Assam, that means Kamrupa, and he could not trace any Buddhist temple, Buddhist monasteries of that kind in Assam, but he had seen that people practiced it secretly. That is what I told before, that it is like a different kind of like Brajayana Buddhism or Adi Buddhism kind of, or which is mixed with Tantrism kind of things. So a number of scholars from Assam like Mukunda Madhav Sharma and Maheshwar Naik have probed through a study of Tantric Buddhist text and Kalhana's Ras Tarangini that Brajayana form of Buddhism was quite popular in Kamrupa since 7th century AD, which corroborates the statement of this Chinese pilgrim. Through the lenses of archaeology, we can see new things. As we have been told by this history that up to 7th century, we don't get any trace because we are depending on the remarks of Himensang, the Chinese traveler or famous monk. But archaeological excavations in the last 2 decades have brought to light the evidence of Buddhism in Western Assam prior to the 7th century AD. The earliest traces of Buddhism in Assam can be dated to the pre-Christian era. At Sri Sri Surya Pahar in Gwalpara district of Assam, we have found enormous rock-cut stupas on top hillocks. These structures belong to the period before the advent of Mahayanaism. One of them was later embellished with the figures of Brahmanical deities like Vishnu and Shiva. A huge monolithic stupa is found at the foot of the hillock known as Sri Surya Pahar. Buddhism entered into the Brahmaputra Valley. It is said that in the 1st century BCE, as evidenced by the massive monolithic stupas with harmikas at the site of Sri Sri Surya Pahar and Paglatek. Paglatek is another site near Surya Pahar, and it is now in the district of Gwalpara. And this Gwalpara actually was not in the Ahom kingdom, right? It was, although now it is in Assam, but before it was not included in the medieval time, it was not there. But in Kamrupa was there. And that time we can see after the Brahman dynasty, that means Sarsavardhana, then another dynasty, and then third dynasty was the Pala dynasty from Bengal. The Palas ruled, and they were Buddhist. We can see they were Buddhist in from West Bengal, East Bengal part. So it is the work of those Pala kings under their patronage. We can see, we understand that this Buddhism was spreading in that time to this part of Kamrupa. Then from Gwalpara, Buddhism traversed southward, and even at a later period, we find plaques depicting Tara at Bedbari. This is also near Gwalpara. Then Buddhism traveled to present-day Bangladesh, especially Paharpur. We get big stupa in Paharpur that has yielded its rich treasure trove of terracotta plaques. I have visited that place personally. I have seen, but all are destroyed by the Mohammedan invasions. From there, it traveled further south to the Indian state of Tripura, where we find evidence of Buddhism in Palikpura. So this is Surya Pahar. You can see these are the stupas, but this area is very interesting. In Surya Pahar, you can see three religions there. One is Hindu, one is Buddhism, and another is Jainism. And you will see big, these voluptuous stupas, and by the side of the stupas, we see the siblings. They were not destroyed. Whoever the king, whoever the dynasty, they didn't destroy each other. There was liberalism was there. So we can see in the same area, we have seen the three religion together, the Jainism, Buddhism, and Hinduism. Then in Assam, Buddhism survived in Theravada form in Assam, mainly due to the presence of communities like mostly the Thai, that is Thai Phake, Thai Khamti, Aiton, Khamyang, Turung, the Singphos also, the Sakmas, and Sitagang Boruas. Interestingly, all these communities are very small and have migrated to Assam from various Southeast Asian countries in and around 18th century. They are often considered endangered, and they preserve their culture very staunchly. Among the ethnic communities of Arunachal Pradesh, the Sherpas, Monpas, Serdukpans, Kambas, Membas, Nas, Mayors, Jakrings, etc. are followers of Mahayana form of Buddhism. As we know that if you go to Sikkim, if you go to suppose this Tawang area, anywhere you will get all the Mahayana form of architecture, Mahayana form of Buddhism is present there. And in Arunachal and in Assam particularly, in Assam only I have seen only one Tibetan Buddhism. Otherwise we see mostly the Theravada kind of Buddhism and monasteries present there. The Khamtis are one of the significant ethnic communities of Northeast India professing Theravada form of Buddhism. Because I'm speaking of Khamtis particularly because they are the very big group, having good number. Others are very small, but Khamtis are big in number. A host of foreign writers like Cooper, Mitchell, Mackenzie, Gray, and Shakespeare, and few other British political officers of Sadia frontier zone have categorically mentioned about the prevalence of Buddhism and Buddhist establishment among the Khamtis in 19th and early 20th century. So they were there, so they can see how strong Buddhism was among them. And towards the end of 19th century, Buddhism among the Khamtis was a curious blend of Buddhism and indigenous phrase, of course. When the Thai came, they although they were Buddhist, but still they professed their original Thai religious belief and practices, but the Ahom also carried along with them. Buddhism is, you can say, the lifeline of Thais of Northeast India. Now I am concentrating my lecture particularly on the Thai area, not covering all, only special reference to the Thai people of Northeast India. So we see we have near about 6 to 7 groups of Thai race inhabiting in India, and they migrated at different time from the Upper Myanmar. During first the first group to migrate to this part of India is the Ahoms. They were a Thai Mao group who migrated in early part of 13th century. And after them, by the time 18th century, middle of 18th century, when there was Burmese rule, that time, due to Burmese oppression and even of some other reasons, they migrated in groups to Assam, and they established in different river valleys in upper part of Brahmaputra and also in Arunachal Pradesh. This is the route followed by the first migrants, the Ahoms, when they came from the periphery of China and Myanmar. It is called Mung Mao, and there they crossed the Patkai and they came to the upper valley of Brahmaputra. Ahom is the first group, as I told. They were the westernmost Thai group, included in the Thai-Kadai linguistic group. They were the extreme westernmost group who migrated in the early part of 13th century. And they established a kingdom by subjugating the local inhabitants there. And this advent of the Ahoms is considered as the most significant historical event that changed the very trend of the political history of Brahmaputra Valley. They were led by Sukafa, Saulung Sukafa, a Thai prince who had left his original home, the kingdom of Mung Mao, due to some acute political and economic reasons. He came with the objective of establishing an independent kingdom following their Thai system of Ban Mung. So in conformity with their ecological heritage and geographical background, all the Thai people in Assam and Arunachal Pradesh and even in Manipur are occupying the valleys of tributaries of upper coast of river Brahmaputra. And then we find them in this tributaries like the Buri Dihing, No Dihing, all the tributaries we get. And even in Arunachal, we get the Ranganedi, Suvansiri, Dhal, Daikrong in the North Bank. And according to Anthony Diller, all the Thai groups of Northeast India belong to southwestern branch of Thai-Kadai family. The number of Thai speaker in Assam is estimated about 1.8 million, according to Anthony Diller, who said it 1992. Then we can classify these Thai groups. Why I am speaking on this classification, because according to geographical division also they are classified according to literary, non-literary, sometimes that direct relationship, sometimes lowland, highland, like that. But depending on linguistic and religious similarities, in Northeast India, these Thai groups can be divided into Buddhist Thai and non-Buddhist Thai. In this Buddhist Thai group, except Ahom, other groups comes, like the Khamti, Khamyang, Aiton, Turung, etc. But even the Thai Lai, newly, they are added from Manipur. They are also not that strict Buddhist. They are also following their indigenous religion. At the time of migration to the Brahmaputra Valley, Ahom were not followers of any major religion like Buddhism or Hinduism, but they practiced an ancient belief system that is based on animism coupled with ancestor worship. Perhaps Ahoms migrated to Assam before the Thais were converted to Buddhism. So, and you see, whenever there is Thai groups, they have three characteristics particularly. They were valley dwellers, they do wet rice cultivation. Then when they form state formation, they form the state according to that Ban Mung system. And the most important criterion of the Thai group is that they are non-supporter of Theravada style of Buddhism. So whenever they go, they take this Buddhism along with them, this practice, this belief, and along with them, this philosophy of Buddhism comes, and they practice in that particular area. So you can see that in Northeast India, although we don't have strict, majority, it is not a major religion, but among the Thais, if you go and if you see that Buddhism is living there, only among the Thais, you can find Buddhism mostly in a real form. It is very similar to Thailand, to Myanmar, to Laos, and other Southeast Asian countries. So these are the Khamti. They are known subgroup, they are subgroup of Shan people. They are the first group of Khamti. They came to the country they came from Khamtilong or Great Khamti, their area. It is a mountainous region that interposes between the eastern extremity of Assam Valley and the Iraboti or Namkyu. And now they live in Tengapani. Tengapani is the name of the river where they stay, Tengapani Basin and Ranganadi Basin in Arunachal, and in Assam also in Narayanpur they stayed. Two groups, one there, one because they had rebelled against the British. So the British scattered them. They put in different so that they cannot unite it to give a forceful opposition to the British. But these Khamtis are very, very strong and they had very good history. And they are recognized as one of the 26 major tribes of the state of Arunachal, having about more than 15,000 population. They are Theravada Buddhist and far more civilized than most of the other Thai groups. And then we get the Phake. They are also Theravada Buddhist, but they have their peculiar dress code or dress culture, and they are very fond of dressing. They migrated from Phake Sin, a place east of the Hukong Valley in the upper Sinduin region, same time, 18th century, when there was a rule of Burmese King Alampaya or Alamphra. That time they migrated to Assam because their Pinong was there, their kin group Ahom is ruling, so they decided, or they think that it is easier for them to stay in that valley. They still speak the Thai language and they are strict adherents of Buddhism. And then comes the Aiton. They also same group, same Thai group belonging to the Thai people. You see just the picture. They have this kind of dress code. They are settled in Gwalpara, Karbi Anglong district of Assam. They still speak there. They are still speaker of Thai language. The Khamtis, the Phakes, and the Aitons, they still speak their language, but not the Ahoms. Only the priest section they can speak. They can recite some of the those religious texts. And this Aiton, Khamti, Phake, Ahong, all of them have their own script. And this is the Khamyangs. They are also called as Nora in Assamese. They came from a small group. They came from a area called as Khamyang. They no longer speak their original Thai language because they live amidst the Ahom villages, Assamese villages. So that's why, due to assimilation, they have give up their own language, and they are also called as Shyam, and their population is 2,600 like that. Then this is the interesting group, Thai Turung. Thai Turung, they came from the bank of Turung River, a tributary of Sinduin in 18th century. But on the way, when they were called by this and Phake to go along with them, they were made prisoners by the Kasins. That means the Singpho, on their way to the Brahmaputra Valley. Nearly 8 years. 8 years they stayed there. And Captain Nofil, who rescued him in 1825, when living with these Singphos, they lost their language. There is a mixed language. Mostly their words are Kasing, Singpho. They speak a mixed dialect of Singpho. They have a population about 4,000, and they are also follower of Hinayana sect. So we see that all groups of Thai in Northeast region, they belong to Big Thai or Tailung. They River Valley people and mostly Theravada. So in Arunachal Pradesh, in eastern frontier of it, they have preserved a number of Theravada Buddhist monastery in Lohit and Sanglang district. The Sokham monastery, constructed sometime in early 19th century, is the biggest monastery of the area. Among the stupas of Arunachal Pradesh, mention can be made of the Gorsam stupa near the Indo-Tibetan border in the district of Tawang, constructed in sometime 17th to 18th century AD. The excavation of Vijayanagar in district of Sanglang of Arunachal Pradesh near Indo-Burma border, that we can see there, Theravada Buddhist stupa of 1st century. No. In the state of Manipur also, a number of Buddhist sculptures have been located recently. All the above Buddhist remains do indicate the fact that Buddhism was quite popular in various pockets of Northeast India. Now you see, we are coming to the how they follow, how they practice, how it is still living among the Thais, and how they carry, how they propagate this religion in their area. Buddhism, Buddhism in the Thai society, without Buddhism, without Buddhist rules and regulations, their life is a big zero. Always starting from the morning till the night, they are followers of Buddhist rites and rituals. They're so engrossed, they're so strong believer of Buddhism that you can say Buddhism is the lifeline of the Thais of Northeast India. With the exception of the Ahoms, all other Thai groups of Northeast India are adherents of the Theravada, as I said, that sect of Buddhism before the arrival. Before their arrival in Assam, and maintain that faith till today. It is not like that they came to Assam and they converted. No. When they came, when they migrated, that time only they were already Buddhist. But not, it is not in case of the Ahoms. When the Ahom came, we think, many scholars, they think that, they say that no, when the Ahom came, maybe Buddhism was not in that form, so that they didn't adopt it. There is some influence of Buddhism, Mahayana Buddhism, some influence is there in the belief system of Ahoms, but you will not see, because among the Ahom, whatever they perform, you see blood sacrifice. Everywhere without sacrifice, no Ahom ritual is complete, which is very much against Buddhist philosophy. And Theravada Buddhism is deeply rooted among the Thais of Arunachal and Assam. The Buddhist missionaries of Southeast Asian countries, mainly from Burma, were instrumental in popularizing the faith among their kin groups in Northeast India. Every Thai village in Northeast India have a monastery. They call them as Kyong or Chang, Assamese Bapu Chang, shrine and monuments. A number of festivals and socio-religious ceremonies are related to Buddhism are observed by the villagers around the year. The impact of Buddhism can be seen in the textile, ornaments, architecture, customs, and behavior of the people. Buddhism contributed a great extent in maintaining social harmony and peace among all the section of the society. Buddhism is so deep-rooted that we can see these people very docile, very peace-loving, very simple in their life. The teaching of Buddhism helps people to remove selfish interest, especially the exercise of eightfold moral disciplines has made Buddhism more practical and effective. The idea or teaching of anatta and annika has its psychological impact upon the minds of its followers. This idea again leads to love and kindness to everybody. It teaches lessons of self-control and compassion for all fellow beings. And there comes monks. Without monks, how can be the preaching, propagate, and profess? So monks are an integral part of the monastery. They are also called as bhikkhu or bhikshus. The monks are given the highest status in the Thai society. They are called chaman, are men of great importance, and their influence is greater even than the chiefs. Thao monks, even the kings also in their society. They didn't establish any kingdom, these Thai groups, but of course they had their own chiefs. And while discussing any administrative or religious, these monks' advice come first. Particularly the Mahatheras are the authority in the Buddhistic religious matter, either in public or in private. In religious matter, both the monks and laities are so independent that without either of them, the socio-religious life of the Thais remain incomplete. But these monks are also men of letters who are also employed as school teachers. They are not only that they do in monastery, no, they are also school teachers. They take part in social life also. The bhikshus are submissive and obedient to the principle of Vinaya Patika, which contains 227 training rules for the bhikshus. The monks who has crossed 10 years and 20 years of monastic life is called as Stavira or Mahastavira, respectively. All the monks live in a separate house adjacent to the monastery. So I have taken help from Chau Chandra Manse. his paper in doing this research, Theravada Buddhism in Northeast India, a study of the Thai counties. Particularly, you see, when we go for this kind of explanation that monks live in separate room, separate separate room for meditation. This particular, what you say, architecture or infrastructure is very similar with the Vaishnava infrastructure of Assam. So we say, it is said that Mahapurush Shankardev, when he preached their Neo-Vaishnavism, it is very popular in Assam. There's a popular sect of Hinduism, most than Brahmanism in Assam. Then he has taken all the infrastructure from this infrastructure of Buddhist monasteries. If you go and visit the Satra, it is called Satra. In the Satra, you can see the similarity in the infrastructure. They have these monastic discussions, they have special arrangement for the monks, that is we call boha. And there is the pedestal where we keep the Buddha idol. We have that also, Guru Ashana, like that. No, it is very, very similar. If you see a monastery and a Assamese Neo-Vaishnavite Satra. So I think it is a great influence of this Buddhist architecture is there. It is very strongly prevalent in Assamese, this Vaishnava architecture. And now in every Thai villages, monks of the monasteries are provided food and other materials of sustenance by the respective villagers collectively and on rotation basis, because they don't need to go home to home like that. No, so some boys, without accepting manhood, also stay with them. They are called kawoi or sangkaps in Khamti language. They serve the monks and take lessons from them. Near every monastery, a rest house is there where the villagers assemble when they came to the temple on Uposatha or holidays. Every male person is in the habit of visiting the temple regularly in the free hours of the day. See, these are some of the monks, Buddhist bhikshus. This is the first. He is from Kamyang. He is from Naharkotia, Taifake village. The other one is Mahathera Bisitra Bhante. He is the president of all Northeast Buddhist Association. And then other one is from Porpathar area, another area. He's a young monk. And I personally visited and surprised to see the, what do you say, preservation of the literature. You can see the Buddhist literature also. Also the palm leaf literature. Manuscript, sorry, palm leaf manuscripts is also there, and so much collection is there. It is difficult to preserve because of humidity, so they have to dump it in the ground. So I have seen, and now they are taking some scheme for the preservation of this manuscript. Very strongly. You can see in literature, in Thai literature, these groups are very strong. They have lots of collection, and you can find the original script, maybe of different Thai groups, as you have visited, I think. Yes. So some, you can see some, I have given a list of the names of Bhante of Buddhist monasteries, which has been helped by me, my sister, Dr. Sutasrini Gogoi. She collected these. These are the Bhante, we call Bhantes of the Buddhist monastery in Assam and Arunachal also. Here. Although Ahom is a non-Buddhist Thai group, under the influence of Burmese Buddhist mission in 1951, few Ahom individuals converted into Buddhism. But before that, in 1935, the first Ahom from Setia family, monk was from Golaghat, Kochu, Gaon. He became Nandavansha Mahathera after conversion. Other notable Ahom Buddhist monks are Bimalananda Bhikshu, Uttara Bhikshu, Kushalananda Bhikshu, like that. So there are some Ahom people who have come in contact with the Burmese Buddhists, and they also have converted. But as a whole, Ahoms are mostly Hindu. So Buddhism in Thai literature. In Buddhist Thai communities possesses their literature written in their respective Thai languages. The Pe Takat Chung Pung, that is Tripitaka, is considered as the wheel around which all the structure of the Theravada school of Buddhism revolves. The most common Buddhist manuscripts are the Pitaka, Abhidhamma, Suttananda, Vinaya, and their different sections and chapters. The Buddhist Jataka stories and alleged subjects from other Buddhist literature which are similar to the Thai Buddhist literature of other Southeast Asia. Examples of some Thai Buddhist manuscripts are Tamasat, that is traditional law, Lik Hitopateseda, Hitopatesa, that is Hitopadesha, actually, Loka Samukhi, rules and procedures of death and disposal. The teaching of Lord Buddha are specially mentioned in the 3 illustrated Khamti manuscript. They are Hotham, Lik Pufa Hotham, my pronunciation is not good, Lik Hotham Chum, some other Buddhist scriptures which are written in Thai Khamti scripture, Suk Sila Kahan, Suk Mahawa, Suk Pethaya, Fungchin, etc. Even in Phake, in Khamyang, in others also, they have very little bit different in their dialect, but same. Otherwise, they have same. And but in case of, I think, these religious scriptures, they are using the same Pali language, so they are almost the same. Actually, now I'm coming to the architecture or the other things, what you get, what has been influenced by Buddhism in the day-to-day life of the Buddhist. An attractive feature of Buddhist villages is sacred Buddhist viharas, which is unique design. Very differ from the villages' house in terms of architecture and orientation. In general, the Buddhist monasteries are built in eastern part of the villages near water sources, because they have to take the water, wash the Buddha statue. That's why, and also they are, what you say, all the Thai people are waitress, cultivators, or river valley dwellers. That's why they select always to stay nearby river sources. And the monastic compound is very impressive with spacious and airy monastery, normally located in the midst of the campus. The villagers built their houses in the immediate vicinity of the monastery so that monks could receive required hospitalities from the householders. And to be a full-fledged Buddhist monastery, it needs some essential structural requisites within a monastery compound, which include, that means the monastery itself, it is called Kyong, chamber, that is Kuti, that is for the bhikkhus, that where they stay, the novices, samaneras, and number of rest houses is there. For male and female devotees, Chedi or Chedi Kangmu, that is Setya, Bodhi tree, entrance gate. First, you get the entrance gate, temple bell, well, and flower garden, and so on. When you go and see, just with a glance, we can understand this is a Buddhist village. But it has all the characteristics of Buddhism there, and also, as they are Thai, you will get everything there because it is built on wood and bamboo mostly. Only the monastery nowadays we are having the concrete one. And village monasteries consist of a single building inhabited by chief monk, several other monks, and a small number of temple boys. All the pagodas of Thai villages in Northeast India are mostly influenced by the Buddhist style rather than Shan style. Because they have stayed there in Burma, so you will get the round kind of architecture. This is not like the Thai, or it is not like, even not like the Sham. It is very much like the Burmese, because as the Burmese invaded Assam twice, so Buddhist missionaries also came along with them, and along with them came the Buddhism in, in Burmese Buddhism. So in our libraries, we have lots of collections of these Burmese manuscripts, religious manuscripts, and also we get the coins also, many things. So we find it an outward form of monastery is very similar to pagodas of Burma. So this is, you see, I have taken it from Chao Sandra Manse article. The picture you can see, this is streamer, Tankhon, very, very common in each kind of, because although I am giving you the lecture, I think it is very much similar with all you, because you are also in Thailand also you follow this Theravada kind of Buddhism. So this is an attraction of Thai monastery. It is a hand-woven embroidered long cloth called Nankhon, which is weave in the whole day, in a single day. It is considered very pure. It is called Tankhon. Adorned the monastery compound are attached to the top of the bamboo. So this is entrance gate. It is called Chingputtu. Here I've given the Namphake village and also in Arunachal, other one. And this is the golden near about, I think it is also from Arunachal, the entrance gate. This is the first. Then this is, I think you have been there, Professor Chirapachar. This is in Arunachal, Golden Pagoda. It has been built under the initiative of Deputy Chiem Chao Sona Mi In. And this is the monuments of Thai Khamtis in Sokham, Tengapani, in that area. These are also from Khamyang. It is in Assam, from Khamyang. This is near about in Sibsagar district. Khamyang people are mostly in Titabor, but these Khamyang are in Disangpani village. Disangpani village, Rajapukhuri is there. This is Disangpani village, very much near to Sibsagar. Yes, they have two monasteries. They are Khamyang people. As they are circled by Assamese village, they have lost their most of their dialect. They speak Assamese, but now they are reviving their language. They are learning from the Khamtis or Fakis, and they are also reviving most of their lost heritage. And I have visited them, and I have seen lots of very, very important and very unique kind of manuscript preserved in their monasteries. And I think we must take care for the digitalization of this manuscript. These are, I think, the one here in the right. This is from Aiton area in Karbi Anglong near. And you see the Thai Buddhist manuscripts are written in handmade papers, which are of two kinds, smooth and thick one. The thick variety is used to make according to the manuscripts of that are quite long. And this other one is made from bark of sasi tree. I think the Ahom has taken this. Ahom has taken the second one. I think that they have taken the help of sasi tree, from the bark of sasi tree, and other one is in the palm leaf and the paper, handmade paper. Now Buddhism is, I'm coming to the last part, not much. Buddhism is there living in the festivals, in the rituals, in the behavior of the Thai people of Northeast India. They traditionally follow the lunar year. All their socio-religious ceremonies and festivals are tied up with the cycle of lunar months. April, Nonhua, is the first month of the year. The first festival, which is much more now popular, is Sankran. This is Sankranti or New Year. This is a festival popularly known as Water Festival. It's celebrated at the junction of month of Saita and Baisakha for 2 or 3 days. This is very much similar to, because in Assam, you see, in Baisakh, we get the Bohag Bihu. It is very much popular, with all grandeur and love. There is, during the festival, the statue of Buddha are brought out from the main monastery and placed in temporary made kongfra and ceremoniously washed with clean water on all days of the festival. Buddhist script, that is lik, Bodhi tree, Sangfu Upak, monks and elder citizens are also given symbolic wash with clean and scented water. Then Pon Nuan Wak or Poijan, that is Buddha Purnima, is celebrated in the month of May on the full moon day. As on this day, Lord Buddha attained enlightenment on the Bodhi tree. This is the day when people remember the great life of Buddha, his message of non-violence, love and peace, and receive inspiration. Then Nonwa, that is Varshavara, is another important religious practice among the Buddhist Thai. The festival starts from the full moon day in Nonpet, that in July, August, to full moon day of October-November. This 3-month length period is called by the Buddhists at Varshavara, Khamti as Niowa or Niobat. During this period, the monks do not go for travel, remain at their home monastery, spend their time on studies and meditation. This is a restricted season for the layman. Secular activities such as marriage, construction of house are not done during this period, avoided. People observe fasting in some auspicious days too. Then we get another in July, full moon day, 3 months rainy retreat. That is for monks start until full moon. This is on the same thing up to October. During rainy retreat, the monks do not move, as I said. Then in September, then come Namsip. Full moon day is observed by offering honey, fruits, vegetables, etc. to the monk. Traditionally, it is believed that on this day, the monkey, elephant, and other animals offered honey, fruits, etc. to the Lord Buddha when he spent one such 3 months rainy retreat in a forest. In the same month, the dark moon day is celebrated with cleaning houses, granaries, taking bath early in the morning in the nearby river. In October, full moon day that marks the end of the 3 months rainy retreat of the monks. This day is celebrated with discourse on Buddha's teaching, paying homage to Lord Buddha, Dhamma, and offering gifts to the Sangha. And there are many. In February also, we get Maikosumpai. This is very important because Maikosumpai is celebrated at the time. Even in Assam, we get Mag Bihu, very similar. Same kind of, long, high bamboo conical structure is made and fill up with dry woods and bamboo and burn it in the early morning. The ceremony is followed by feasting the special cooked Khao-yaku, a mix of rice, sesame, and yam, leafy vegetables. This is very, I don't know why, this is very similar to our Assamese Hindu society. We call it Mag Bihu. And this Maikosumpai, this conical structure in wood and bamboo, we call it meji. It is not like that. In Assamese, we do by, bamboo and straw also. So this is very similar, but it is in January. In Assam, it is very popular in Assam in January, after harvesting. And we call it Mag Bihu. Mag Bihu, but in Sankranti also, there is also another Sankranti. There are some pujas observed by the Assamese. In the month of March is the full moon day, that is Lu Kungmo festival is celebrated. For the celebration of this festival of the Kokmus, shrines, monuments are renovated, refurnished, new one built, illuminated with flower and candles. Some other festivals I'm just mentioning: Poi Lufra, Poi Lu Kyong, Poi Leng, Poi Khamsang, Poi Mo Hing, Poi Non Ti, Poi Petmung, Chi Hing, Poi Seti, etc. are celebrated occasionally at any time of the year except during the 3 months period of Ritnam or Non-Kham, the first month of Thai calendar. Now you see the practices. It is mostly from the Khamti. These are the pictures. This is a sermon when the boy, everyone has the Reverend, our respected monks, when you go for Savan like that, no? Here also, the boy goes. Yes. This is Poi Sankan. This is from Pake. Here is the Khamti. This is Poi Patua. This is Maikosumpai. Maikosumpai. Yeah, that's what. This is very lovely celebration and very interesting also. Related to, I think, actually it was related to harvest, agriculture. And in a wedding also, you get Buddhist rites. Winding of white thread. So architecture also in Buddhist line. That is Buddhist architecture, as Dalton writes. The temple and the priest quarter are also made of timber and thatch, but the temples are elaborately carved and great neatness and taste are envisaged in the arrangement of the internal fittings. On a high pedestal, a number of Buddha images are placed, generally brought from Burma or Southeast Asia. Now we get from Thailand too, Emerald Buddha in the Golden Pagoda. Almost all Buddhist temples are built in eastern part of a village, mostly situated on the bank of local rivers. I have visited most of the Buddhist monasteries in Upper Assam, Arunachal, but not that much, but Assam and border of Assam and Arunachal, you will get, because we get the Nepali people also, the Nepalis also now, and we get the Nagas also in Buddhist, some of the Tangsa, Tikhak, like, no, they have also, they are also Buddhist. Now there is conversion to Christianity, but still it is a threat to Buddhism, but still they are there. So these are some of the Buddhist monasteries, many. You can see small villages, they have their, and very strongly and strictly followed rules. And it gives the villages a unity, uniformity, and a sense of fraternity is there. It is, they work, and after above all, it is a identity. Because they are very much minor groups, very minority is very less people. So to get married, they don't go for their caste. Suppose not, I'm speaking Hindu thing, no caste. They don't go for that. They go for the religion. Now, suppose in Assam, one Singpho and one Thai, they get married because they are Buddhist. Suppose one Phake, he get married to Khamti, like that. There is no bar because they are Buddhist. That they consider that way. Buddhism has given unity to these minority groups. Although they are very small in numbers, but their religious philosophy has made them united and one, and giving that what you say, to giving that strength to challenge in this world of what you say, globalization, to face all the challenges from other religion like Hinduism or Christian or Islam. Though they are there together by the grace of Lord Buddha, in the name of Buddha, they are united and they are having the identity as a Buddhist. These are some of the architecture. So in conclusion, in Assam also, in Ahom also, I must speak, that we get some Buddhist, what you say, influence. Of course, the kings, they used to plant trees. Whenever Ahom king, he enthroned, after coronation, his first work is to plant trees, big trees. Bodhi, that means that tree. Okay. Then another thing is that in the marriage system of Ahom, it is a typical marriage system, which we call Chaklang. There also you can see the influence of Buddhism. Buddhism in the middle, the Lord Buddha, and the others, 110 lights are lighted in the, there is a, in that system, yeah, moral, it is called. So there also you will get some Buddhist influence in Ahom, among the Ahom. And some of, you see some of the literature, in some manuscript, we have some Buddhist literature too, among the Ahoms. And Ahom called it Faralong. Okay, so in the Ahom also, we have some, it is not that Ahom didn't have any Buddhist influence, of course. Maybe not Hinayana, but of course Mahayana kind of thing was there. But you know that in Mahayana Buddhism, we have the influence of Brahmanism. But in Theravada, no. So in Theravada, as Theravada Buddhism is practiced by the people, mostly the Thai people of Northeast India, so I think, I consider, rather we consider that Buddhism in a real sense is prevailed among, in India by or among the Thais. They are the main preachers, propagators, or preservers who is keeping Buddhist laws in the real sense. These Thais of Northeast India have been influenced by modernism in various aspects such as economic, political, social, and cultural. Adoption of the modernity of the Buddhist culture from neighboring Thailand and Myanmar has definitely affected these people. The chances are predominantly noticed in daily household items like these modern things, computer, radio, electricity, etc. However, the challenges of globalization, the Thai communities have trying hard to maintain their ethnicity and successful to a great extent in preserving their distinct identity through ages. Buddhist religion is still the lifeline of Thai communities of Northeast India. So thank you so much. That's all. With this, I end up my presentation. Thank you.
A little bit brief in Thai.
Then somebody will brief in Thai. The material was so very vast and very huge. Anyway.
Actually, I redacted many.
No, it was very, very nice. Very nice. So, Chan Sompanji, you
Yes.
just brief in
Yeah,
Thai.
I'm brief in Thai a little bit.
That's why I make it only Thai.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it could have been much more bigger because all other communities, you see, big, there are many communities. In
Yeah,
Arunachal.
yeah.
And it will become a big.
So we also have the question from the audience from Facebook Live. No? Now I will ask you now. This, what is the which Thai group has the least population?
Actually, maybe Ahom is the most formidable group. Then comes the Khamti, then Phake and Aiton, then Khamyangs, because they are mixed. But I think the endangered, the less is that Thai Turungs.
Thai Turungs.
Yeah.
And how about Thai Lai in?
Oh, Thai Lai, okay. Thai, actually, you see, Thai Lai, we have come into contact is very new thing. But before that, in the British documents or information, we get Kabao, Shan Kabao, right?
Shan Kabao.
And now we don't get any information about them. We have visited Kabao Valley, but they have been intermixed and they already with the Manipuris. But Thai Lai, I don't know about their exact number, but they are there. And they said they are in the Segma area in Manipur.
Yeah.
And they are trying very hard to come out. And they said they migrated from Chiang Mai. Yeah. And they have done, I was the first to visit their place because I have seen their burial system also. It's different. They put mask, gold marks and to the dead body like that. So I think, I don't know their exact, I'm very sorry to say, I don't know their exact population. But in Assam, here it is, I think,
Thai Turung.
Yes.
It's in endanger.
Yes.
Yeah.
Small. Then, is there any plan to digitalize Buddhist palm leaves? Yeah. As a historian, I'm basically a historian. I'm trying I think last year, during COVID only, 2020, 21, I went to all the Thai, I covered most of the Thai monasteries of all Thai groups. And I have seen most of the Thai manuscripts are of that homemade paper. And nowadays they are doing in paper. They are using this paper, modern paper, for giving out, for gifting these manuscript. But whatever palm leaves they have, very few, they're very bad condition. 1, 2 already we have, I and my another friend, we went there. We tried for the we tried for some preservation. We gave some medicines and all, and we are planning in a big way so that we can have a project and cover all the Thai groups, so that in each village, locally the youths can do that. And it is, I want to inform you, in Thai Phake village in Naharkotia, they are doing this already by the local youths. And in some Ahom village also, we did that by local Ahom youths. Whatever money they get for the preservation or conservation, it is goes to the local, what do you say, local people. That means local youths. They learn, some experts comes and they taught them how to do the preservation like that, or digitalization. Digitalization, you need lots of money. So you need project, good project. And we are, yes, I can say that we are planning, and we have a good plan for that.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And
And the
other
last
thing
question, is
what
there
say?
any, is there none in the Buddhist monastery?
Is there?
None.
Yes.
Bhikshuni.
Yes, I have seen in Molang Bhante, in Margarita. I have seen. Yes, I have seen there. There is none. Yes, they have. Or Upasika, sir.
Upasika.
With plaid hair,
yeah.
wearing
White dress.
white robe. Yeah, they are there.
Not
Yes.
chef. Not chef. Her hair.
Shaved hair.
Okay.
Shaved hair. Upasika is there. I have seen them. Actually, there is lots of work to do on this Buddhist monasteries and Buddhist part. This is a big thing, and our government now, they are giving stretch on Indianization. That means Indianization means Buddhism comes along with them, along in that plan up on by the government of India. So we hope that under the help and support of government of India, we can get some project for the promotion, protection, progress of this Buddhist sect, Buddhist religion. Not only the monasteries, but we can get some help for the preservation of this manuscript, their culture, their history, and also we can inspire people to come and join Buddhism. Real, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Sangita Gogoy, for your most valuable lecture for us today. May I brief in Thai for Thai audience นะครับผมขออนุญาตสรุปเป็นภาษาไทยหลังจากที่อาจารย์พูดมาข้อมูลเยอะมากนะครับที่สำคัญคือข้อมูลแต่ละสไลด์เนี่ยตัวเล็กจนผมต้องขยับแว่นนะครับผมก็ต้องมาดูหน้าจอว่ามันใหญ่ขึ้นนะฮะแต่ว่าก็ขอบคุณคุณแดงน้อยนะครับเอาแล็ปท็อปมาให้ผมอีกเครื่องหนึ่งนะฮะแต่ก็ยังเป็นหน้าจอที่เล็กอยู่ดีนะครับเอาเป็นว่าเท่าที่ผมอ่านออกแล้วก็สรุปได้นะครับเป็นอย่างนี้นะครับคือมีอยู่ประมาณ3แผ่นนะฮะแต่ว่าเดี๋ยวผมจะสรุปเป็นภาษาไทยให้ท่านเข้าใจได้ง่ายๆคือช่วงแรกนี่อาจารย์ท่านพูดถึงประวัติของอัสสัมนะครับประวัติของ Seven States ก็คือรัฐ7 สาวน้อยของอินเดียในสมัยก่อนนะครับในปัจจุบันมีสิกขิมมาด้วยทีนี้ท่านก็พูดถึงว่าที่มาที่ไปประวัติเป็นอย่างไรแล้วก็พุทธศาสนาเข้ามาสู่รัฐอัสสัมสมัยก่อนนี่อัสสัมไม่ได้ชื่อว่าอัสสัมนะครับในสมัยโบราณเนี่ยรัฐอัสสัมเนี่ยได้ชื่อว่าเป็นกามรูปนะครับรัฐชื่อว่ารัฐกามรูปมีมาตั้งแต่สมัยที่ปรากฏอยู่ในเอกสารการเดินทางของสมณะของจีนที่เดินทางมาสืบพุทธศาสนามาหาคัมภีร์พุทธศาสนาที่อินเดียเอกสารที่ชื่อว่าสุกีนะครับซึ่งก็น่าจะเป็นพระถังซัมจั๋งนะอาจารย์ท่านบอกว่าเป็น Chinese Pilgrim ก็คงเป็นพระถังซัมจั๋งในสมัยพระเจ้าหันสวัฒนะนะครับก็มีพุทธศาสนาปรากฏอยู่ที่ดินแดนแถบอัสสัมซึ่งแต่เดิมได้ชื่อว่ากามารูปแล้วนะครับและหลังจากนั้นก็รัฐอัสสัมก็จะมีการมีพุทธศาสนาเข้ามานะครับพุทธศาสนานี่ถือว่าเป็นพุทธศาสนาแห่งการแห่งขันตินะครับเป็นไม่มีการเบียดเบียนกันแล้วก็เป็นเป็นศาสนาแห่งมวลมนุษยชาติเป็น humanity นะครับเป็นทีนี้ในรัฐอัสสัมนี่ก็รัฐอัสสัมนี่จะเป็นรัฐที่มีความอุดมสมบูรณ์มากเพราะว่ามีแม่น้ำพรหมบุตรไหลผ่านนะครับแล้วก็มีแม่น้ำสาขาอีกเยอะแยะทีนี้พุทธศาสนาในอัสสัมนี่ก็มีการเข้ามาเป็นพันปีแล้วนะครับ 2,000 กว่าปีนะครับแล้วก็ดินแดนที่รัฐอัสสัมเนี่ยตั้งอยู่นี่ก็นอกจากมีศาสนาพราหมณ์ฮินดูแล้วก็ มีศาสนาพุทธเข้าไปก็ยังมีการนับถือศาสนาที่เป็นศาสนาผีนะครับมีพุทธพราหมณ์แล้วก็ผีด้วยแล้วก็อัสสัมนี่ก็ยังมีการติดต่อค้าขายนะครับกับดินแดนของบ้านเราก็คืออาจารย์ท่านใช้ว่าดินแดนสุวรรณภูมิในสมัยโบราณนะครับกามรูปกับสุวรรณภูมิก็มีการมีความสัมพันธ์กันอยู่นะครับแล้วอาจารย์เล่าย้อนไปถึงสมัยกษัตริย์ของอินเดียคือพระเจ้าอโศกนะครับพระเจ้าอโศกนี่ก็ดินแดนแถบอัสสัมก็ยังเป็นดินแดนที่มีปรากฏอยู่แล้วก็เท่าที่อาจารย์ได้ขึ้นประวัติมาว่าพระเจ้าอโศกก็มีพระมาที่ดินแดนอัสสัมด้วยแต่ว่าขออภัยเนื่องจากตัวมันเล็กผมจำชื่อท่านไม่ได้นะครับแต่ว่าพุทธศาสนาที่เข้ามาในอัสสัมนั้นไม่ใช่พุทธศาสนาแบบที่เราเข้าใจกันอยู่ก็คือเป็นพุทธศาสนาที่ผสมแล้วเปลี่ยนแปลงและไม่ใช่เพียวบุดดิซึมนะครับก็จะเป็นตันตระหรือตันตริกบุดดิซึมนะครับซึ่งก็เป็นพุทธศาสนาลัทธิที่ผสมกับลัทธิตันตระไปเรียบร้อยทีนี้อาจารย์ยังพูดถึงเรื่องท่านปัทมสัมภวะซึ่งเป็นผู้ก่อตั้งหรือว่าเป็นพระเถระหรือว่าเป็นพระคนสำคัญของนิกายวัชรยานที่เข้าไปที่ทิเบตนะครับแล้วก็ท่านก็มาแล้วก็รู้สึกว่าอาจารย์บอกว่าท่านมรณภาพอยู่ที่เมืองที่สถานที่ที่ว่าฮาโจเนมฮาโจเนียกัวฮาติ right ฮาโจครับอันนี้ก็เป็นประมาณ28 กิโลอยู่ใกล้ๆกับกัวฮาติซึ่งก็เป็นเมืองหลักของรัฐอัสสัมนะครับทีนี้นอกจากนั้นอาจารย์ก็บอกว่าในรัฐอัสสัมเนี่ยมีสัญลักษณ์ทางพุทธศาสนาอีกเยอะแยะเช่นร็อกคัตสตูปะก็คือก็มีเจดีย์มีสถูปที่ใช้วิธีการตัดหินนะครับแล้วก็ราชวงศ์ที่อยู่ในแคว้นเบงกอลและก็รัฐอัสสัมด้วยนะครับในสมัยหลังก็คือราชวงศ์ปาละนะครับก็เป็นราชวงศ์ที่นับถือพุทธศาสนานะครับทีนี้ในอัสสัมเนี่ยก็จะมีศาสนานอกจากศาสนาพุทธแล้วก็มีศาสนาไชนะหรือศาสนาเชนนะครับแล้วก็ศาสนาฮินดูเป็นศาสนาหลักทีนี้อาจารย์ก็เล่ามาถึงว่าในสมัยหลังจากนั้นแล้วก็เราคริสตวรรษที่18-19นะครับนะก็มีชาวไตอพยพเข้ามานะครับนะชาวไตอพยพขึ้นมาจริงๆผมอาจจะจดผิดนะครับที่จริงอาจารย์บอกว่าในศตวรรษที่13ก็มีไตอาหมเข้ามาเป็นพวกแรกนะครับที่เข้ามาในรัฐอัสสัมในแคว้นอัสสัมนะครับไทยอาหมเนี่ยก็คำว่าอาหมกับอัสสัมนั่นคือคำเดียวกันนะครับเดี๋ยวถ้าทางภาษาศาสตร์มันจะย้อนกลับไปกลับมาได้ระหว่างอัสสัมกับอาหมนี่คือคำเดียวกันทีนี้พุทธศาสนาที่อยู่ในวิถีชีวิตของคนไทยที่อพยพมาในแคว้นอัสสัมแล้วเนี่ยอาจารย์บอกว่าไทยอาหมเข้ามาเป็นพวกแรกนะครับในคริสตวรรษที่13ต่อมาก็มีอีก6 กลุ่มอพยพเข้ามาเป็นระลอกที่2นะครับในคริสตวรรษที่18ก็คือมีไทยอ้ายตอนไทยคำยังไทยตุรุงไทยคำตีแล้วก็ไทยภาคเกนะครับส่วนไทยอาหมเนี่ยถือว่าเป็นคนที่พูดภาษาไทยหรือว่าเป็นเชื้อสายกลุ่มตระกูลไทยที่อพยพมาถึงทางตะวันตกที่ไกลที่สุดนะครับที่อยู่ที่อินเดียนะครับก็คือรัฐอัสสัมนี่เองนะครับแล้วก็มีอาณาจักรเป็นของตัวเองก็คืออาณาจักรอาหมหรือว่ารัฐอัสสัมนะครับแล้วก็มีกษัตริย์ที่มีชื่อเสียงองค์หนึ่งก็คือเจ้าหลวงเสือกาบฟ้านะครับเสือกาบฟ้านะครับแล้วก็ปัจจุบันเนี่ยมีคนที่พูดภาษาตระกูลไทยไม่ว่าจะเป็นไทยต่างๆไทยอาหมไทยไอตอนคำยังตุรุงคำตีหรือว่าไทยภาคเกเนี่ยนะครับมีประมาณ 1.8 ล้านนะครับ 1.8 ล้านคนซึ่งก็เป็นจำนวนถือว่ามากทีเดียวนะครับในรัฐอัสสัมนะครับทีนี้การจัดกลุ่มของคนไทยในรัฐอัสสัมเนี่ยก็อาจารย์บอกว่าจัดได้เป็นเนื่องจากไม่มีการจำแนกแต่ละกลุ่มแบบที่แยกกันชัดเจนนะครับอาจจะภาษาเนี่ยอาจจะใกล้กันเนื้อหน้าตาอาจจะใกล้กันแต่ว่าอาจารย์ท่านจัด แบ่งเป็น2 กลุ่มใหญ่ๆก็คือกลุ่มที่นับถือพุทธศาสนากับกลุ่มที่ไม่ได้นับถือพุทธศาสนาคือกลุ่มที่เป็นบุ d ดิสกับนอนบุ d ดิสนะครับนอนบุ d ดิสนี่อาจจะเป็นศาสนาฮินดูหรือศาสนาอื่นแล้วก็อาจจะนับถือผีด้วยนะครับแล้วก็มีลักษณะ3อย่างของกลุ่มคนไทยที่อยู่ในรัฐอัสสัมนะครับก็ลักษณะ3อย่างที่เป็นเอกลักษณ์ของกลุ่มคนไทยก็คือ1ก็ชอบอยู่ตามหมู่บ้านที่เป็นที่ราบลุ่มริมฝั่งแม่น้ำนะครับ River Valley นะครับแล้วก็ลักษณะที่2ที่สำคัญที่อาจารย์พูดในวันนี้ก็คือกลุ่มคนไทยที่อยู่ในรัฐอัสสัมเนี่ยมักจะนับถือพุทธศาสนาเถรวาทนะครับแล้วก็ลักษณะที่3ก็ถือว่าตัวเองเนี่ยเป็นกลุ่มไทยใหญ่นะฮะกลุ่มไทยใหญ่นี่ไม่แน่ใจว่าผมจดถูกหรือเปล่านะครับอาจารย์ข้ามไปอย่างรวดเร็วนะครับทีนี้ในบรรดาทั้ง6 กลุ่มนี่นะครับอาจารย์ก็อธิบายว่าแต่ละกลุ่มมายังไงไปยังไงนะครับแล้วก็มีบางกลุ่มที่มีชื่อเสียงในการต่อสู้กับบริติชราชหรือว่าการปกครองการล่าอาณานิคมของอังกฤษเช่นกลุ่มไทยคำตีเนี่ยนะครับก็มีชื่อเสียงมากเพราะว่าเป็นกลุ่มที่มีความแข็งแรงแล้วก็อาจจะเป็นนักรบก็ได้นะครับแต่ว่าทั้งหลายทั้งมวลทั้งกลุ่มทั้งหมดเนี่ยเป็นกลุ่มคนไทยที่พูดภาษาไทยนะครับทีนี้อาจารย์พูดไปถึงอรุณาจันประเทศนิดหนึ่งนะครับว่ามีพุทธศาสนาอะไรบ้างแต่ว่าก็พูดได้นิดหน่อยว่ามีกลุ่มมีพุทธศาสนาที่ปรากฏอยู่ในอรุณาจันประเทศทีนี้อาจารย์ได้อธิบายถึงพุทธศาสนาในสังคมของชาวไตที่อยู่ในอัสสัมนะครับปรากฏว่าอาจารย์บอกว่ากลุ่มไทยอาหมเนี่ยไม่ได้รับพุทธศาสนาไปแบบเต็มหรือโดยตรงเหมือนกับกลุ่มไทยคนอื่นกลุ่มไทยกลุ่มอื่นนะครับแต่ว่าเป็นพุทธศาสนาที่แปลงมาแล้วอย่างที่บอกครับเป็นพุทธศาสนาตันตระดังนั้นแล้วไทยอาหมเนี่ยปัจจุบันก็อาจจะไม่ได้นับถือพุทธศาสนาแบบกลุ่มอื่นมากนักแต่อาจจะนับถือฮินดูนะครับทีนี้อาจารย์ยังบอกอีกว่านะครับอิทธิพลของพุทธศาสนาที่มีต่อวิถีชีวิตของคนไทยที่อยู่ในอัสสัมก็มีทั้งประเพณีวัฒนธรรมวิถีชีวิตประเพณีวัฒนธรรมงานต่างๆนะครับแล้วก็ค่านิยมต่างๆนะครับแล้วก็คำสอนที่สำคัญของพุทธศาสนาก็มีเหมือนกับพุทธศาสนาเถรวาทที่อื่นๆเช่นคำสอนเรื่องอนัตตาเป็นต้นนะครับแล้วก็พูดถึงสถานะของพระภิกษุที่อยู่ในพุทธศาสนาโดยเฉพาะในวัดที่อยู่ในรัฐอัสสัมในกลุ่มชาวชาติพันธุ์ไทยเนี่ยนะครับก็จะถือว่ามีสถานะที่สูงมากนะครับเรียกว่าเป็นเจ้ามารหรือเป็นเจ้ามารตัวนั้นน่าจะหมายถึงบ้านนะครับอาจารย์มารครับก็คล้ายๆกับว่าเป็นเจ้าบ้านก็คือเจ้าบ้านเนี่ยอาจจะหมายถึงเป็นผู้ใหญ่ในหมู่บ้านเลยนะครับแล้วก็มีเรียกว่าเป็นมหาเถระมีเขาเรียกว่ามีความน่าเชื่อถือในการที่จะดูแลเรื่องต่างๆแล้วพระเองเนี่ยท่านยังเป็นอาจารย์เป็นครูสอนต่างๆให้กับคนทั่วไปแล้วก็เป็น men of letters นั่นก็คือเป็นผู้เชี่ยวชาญเป็นผู้ชำนาญในเรื่องของการศึกษาการเรื่องอักษรนะครับพระก็รักษาศีลเนื่องจากเป็นเถรวาทนะครับก็รักษาศีล227 ข้อแล้วก็ต้องออกบิณฑบาตนะครับเพราะว่าต้องอาศัยชาวบ้านนะครับ live on arm food นะครับแล้วก็อาจารย์ยังพูดถึงเรื่องarchitecture นะครับก็คือเรื่องสถาปัตยกรรมอันนี้ผมก็ไม่ถนัดนักไม่ชำนาญก็ขอข้ามไปกันแล้วกันนะครับส่วนอีกลักษณะหนึ่งซึ่งสำคัญสำหรับชาวพุทธและก็วัดและก็พระก็คือท่านเนี่ยเป็นผู้ที่รักษาเมโนสคริปต์หรือว่าพวกคัมภีร์พวกไบลานหรือว่าคำสอนของพุทธศาสนาที่จารึกไว้ต่างๆนะครับแล้วอาจารย์ยังได้อธิบายได้โชว์ชื่อของพระที่อยู่ในวัดพุทธศาสนานะครับวัดพุทธที่อยู่ในแคว้นอัสสัมและอรุณาจันทร์ซึ่งอาจารย์ได้ทำวิจัยนะครับแล้วก็ทีนี้มาพูดถึงพุทธศาสนาที่อยู่ในวรรณกรรมของกลุ่มชาวไตนะครับวรรณกรรมเนี่ยก็เป็นวรรณกรรมที่เน้นไปหนักไปทางพุทธศาสนาก็เรียกว่า ติปิตกะนะครับซึ่งก็อาจารย์อาจจะออกเสียงเป็นกลุ่มไทยแต่ละกลุ่มเนี่ยนะครับแต่ว่าสรุปว่ามันคือไตรปิฎกนะครับแล้วก็มีชื่อเป็นภาษาที่เราเรียกว่าลิกไตก็คือหนังสือไทยนะครับแล้วก็เวลาที่อาจารย์ออกเสียงก็บุพหอธรรมนะครับเนี่ยหอธรรมก็เป็นภาษาไทยเหมือนกันนะครับคำไตนะครับก็คงเท่ากับภาษาไทยปัจจุบันว่าหอธรรมนะครับแล้วนอกจากนั้นครับก็ยังมีคำศัพท์ที่อีกหลายคำที่เป็นภาษาไทยแล้วก็อาจจะใกล้เคียงกับภาษาไทยของประเทศไทยครับเช่นชิงปูตูนั่นก็เป็นแปลภาษาอังกฤษว่า entrance ซึ่งก็หมายถึงประตูวัดประตูทางเข้าวัดนะครับปูตูนี่น่าจะเป็นประตูนะครับแล้วก็มีพูดถึงเรื่องเทศกาลต่างๆของชาวไทยที่มีอิทธิพลของพุทธศาสนาเข้าไปก็มีเรื่องสังแกนซึ่งก็จัดกันอยู่ในกลุ่มชาวไทยที่อยู่ในรัฐอัสสัมไม่ว่าจะเป็นชาวไทยภาคเกชาวไทยคำตีนะครับก็เท่ากับสงกรานต์ของบ้านเรานะครับเวลาที่อาจารย์พูดเนี่ยภาษาที่ชาวไทยที่ใช้ในเทศกาลต่างๆเขาจะเรียกว่าเทศกาลแต่ละเดือนแต่ว่าเวลาที่ออกเสียงเดือนบางกลุ่มของไทยบางกลุ่มออกดอเด็กตัวดีไม่ได้ออกนอหนูแทนออกเดือน5จะพูดว่าเนือนหาอย่างนี้นะครับซึ่งก็เวลาพูดเขาก็จะใช้คำว่านวลเพื่อหมายถึงเดือนนะครับเดือน5ก็หมายถึงช่วงสงกรานต์แล้วมีคำศัพท์หลายคำศัพท์เช่นคำว่าปอยก็ไปตรงกับคำว่าปอยในภาคเหนือซึ่งคือภาษาไทยเหมือนกันนะครับปอยแปลว่าเทศกาลแปลว่างานนะครับถ้าเดือน6วันวิสาขะซึ่งชาวไทยเรารู้จักกันดีเนี่ยทางชาวไตในอัสสัมเช่นไตคำตีแล้วก็ไตภาคเกจะออกเสียงว่าปอยเนือนหกปอยเนือนหกก็คือปอยเดือน6นะครับเนือน6เนี่ยก็คือเดือน6นะครับเดือน8นะครับเข้าวาก็คือเข้าพรรษาก็จะมีพิธีการเข้าพรรษาเหมือนกันแล้วเข้าพรรษาก็เนื่องจากเป็นพุทธศาสนาเถรวาทก็จะเข้า3 เดือนแล้วมีลักษณะพิเศษซึ่งเหมือนกับคนไทยในอดีตครับในช่วงเข้าพรรษา3 เดือนเขาจะไม่ทำงานอะไรเลยนะครับคือถือว่าเป็นช่วงของการงดเว้นเนื่องจากจะต้องมาดูแลพระในพรรษา3 เดือนแล้วก็ตามลักษณะของคนไทยเราในเมืองไทยเราก็เหมือนกันในอดีตนะครับ3 เดือนเข้าพรรษาเขาจะไม่ทำอะไรเพราะว่าเนื่องจากว่าเราต้องทำนาเพราะปลูกดำนาให้เสร็จก่อนเข้าพรรษาพอวันเข้าพรรษาหลังเข้าพรรษาหลังวันเข้าพรรษาถ้าใครยังทำนาอยู่บ้านผมภาคอีสานนี่ถือว่าขลำนะครับก็ถือว่าเป็นคนที่ทำอะไรแล้วมันล่ากว่าคนอื่นนี่ถือว่าใช้ไม่ได้เพราะฉะนั้นในพรรษา3 เดือนเนี่ยเป็นสิ่งที่ต้องห้ามในการทำงานนะครับก็โดยธรรมชาติแล้วปลูกดำเสร็จแล้วเนี่ยก็ต้องรอมันไม่ต้องไปทำอะไรนะครับรอให้มันโตรอให้มันออกดอกออกผลนะครับแล้วเราค่อยไปเก็บเกี่ยวนะก็เป็นธรรมชาติอยู่แล้วนะครับอันนี้คือบุญเข้าวานะครับแล้วก็ส่วนเดือน11เดือน12นี่ก็มีบุญกฐินซึ่งเมื่อวานนี้ผมก็ได้ไปร่วมการงาน Northeast India Festival เขาก็อธิบายเรื่องพวกนี้เหมือนกันนะครับกฐินเนี่ยมันก็เป็นเทศกาลที่คนไทยทั่วไปนะครับโดยเฉพาะที่นับถือพุทธศาสนานี่ก็ปฏิบัติกันอยู่ส่วนเดือนพิเศษหน่อยก็มีเดือน3นะครับเดือน3เทศกาลไม้ก่อสุมไฟเขาเรียกอย่างนั้นนะครับไม้ก่อสุมไฟก็เอาไม้แล้วก็ไม้ไผ่มาทำเป็นกองสุมกันขึ้นมาแล้วก็จุดไฟนะครับเนื่องจากหน้าหนาวนะครับอยู่ในหน้าหนาวแล้วก็มีการถวายข้าวยาคูนะท่านว่าอย่างนั้นนะครับข้าวยาคูก็น่าจะเป็นคำศัพท์เดียวกับที่ชาวพุทธทั่วไปรู้จักนะครับแล้วก็ในพิธีการแต่งงานก็จะมีการผูกข้อไม้ข้อมือนะครับผูกข้อไม้ผูกข้อมือนะเมื่อวานนี้ผมได้ยินคำนี้เหมือนกันนะครับสำหรับไทยคำตีนะครับทีนี้นอกจากนั้นแล้วเวลาที่คนไทยอยู่ที่อัสสัมนะครับก็ถือว่าเป็นกลุ่มที่เป็น minority ก็คือเป็นกลุ่มชนที่เล็กๆนะแต่ว่าการที่กลุ่มชาวไทยทั้งหลายเนี่ยไม่ได้มีวรรณะเหมือนกลุ่มชาวอินเดียอื่นๆนะครับเพราะนั้นก็สามารถที่จะแต่งงานข้ามกลุ่มกันได้แต่ว่า สิ่งที่สำคัญที่เขาเลือกกันนะครับในการที่จะดูว่าแต่งงานกันได้แล้วจะอยู่ด้วยกันยืดยาวไหมนะครับเขาก็พิจารณาที่ศาสนานั่นคือพุทธศาสนานะครับถ้าเป็นศาสนาเดียวกันก็จะไม่มีข้อห้ามไม่ว่าจะเป็นไทยกลุ่มไหนนะครับเพราะนั้นแล้วอาจารย์ก็สรุปว่าพุทธศาสนานี่ถือว่ามีอิทธิพลต่อชาวอัสสัมโดยเฉพาะในรัฐอัสสัมไม่ว่าจะเป็นชาวไตที่อพยพไปทีหลังที่6กลุ่มหรือว่าแม้แต่ไทยอาหมเองนะครับก็มีอิทธิพลของพุทธศาสนาปรากฏอยู่ในวิถีชีวิตแม้ว่าอาจจะไม่ได้เห็นชัดอาจจะไม่ชัดเหมือนกับกลุ่มไทยกลุ่มอื่นก็ตามนะครับนี่เป็นข้อสรุปแล้วก็คำถามอีก3ข้อที่อาจารย์ได้ตอบไปก็เป็นคำถามว่าข้อแรกมีไทยกลุ่มไหนที่มีจำนวนประชากรน้อยที่สุดอาจารย์บอกว่าน่าจะเป็นไทยตุลุงนะครับผมก็ได้ถามอาจารย์ว่าแล้วไตไหลที่รัฐมณีปูเป็นยังไงอาจารย์ก็บอกนั่นก็น้อยเหมือนกันนะครับทีนี้อีกคำถามหนึ่งก็คือว่าแล้วมีแผนที่จะทำคือใบลานเนี่ยจะถ่ายเป็นดิจิตอลเพื่อจะเผยแพร่ไหมนะครับอาจารย์ก็ตอบว่าก็อาจารย์มีโครงการอยู่นะครับกำลังขอทุนนะฮะแล้วก็ทำอยู่ในบางส่วนนะครับแล้วก็คำถามสุดท้ายบอกว่ามีแม่ชีหรือมีภิกษุณีอยู่ในวัดพุทธหรือเปล่านะครับอาจารย์ก็บอกว่าเคยเห็นอยู่นะครับแล้วก็เป็นอุบาสิกาเป็นส่วนใหญ่นะครับอันนี้คือเท่าที่ผมสรุปให้คร่าวๆถ้าจะยาวแบบอาจารย์ก็อาจจะอีกสักชั่วโมงหนึ่งนะครับต้องขออภัยนะผมอาจจะไม่ครอบคลุมนะครับขอบคุณมากครับ
No. So in Thailand, Monday we have one Devi. In 7 days we have seven Devi. I don't know whether you have that.
Yes, from Kamakha, we have Umavati, Bagalamukhi, and that Mapatali, and different yogos and in different days.
Shailaja. Yeah.
No,
Navratri, no.
But this is in Buddhism. But we took some goddess Gauri name in 7 days. And one more question. You have the Dhammapala legend about some kind. So Dhammapala took a bet with Brahma, and Brahma lost. He had to cut his head. You have that legend?
Yes, that I understood. That means that's why there was fire, and then took the water. So that Brahma's head was cut, and it was just a fire of winter.
Oh, so you have that legend also?
Actually, things what happens, it is so quite imposed by the local village and we were so Thai very interesting because you get that assimilation.
Now, anybody ask any question? Yeah, come. Yeah, what are you asking? Magic.
Yeah. Dr. Sankita.
Oh yeah, ma'am.
Yeah. Your paper is very good and will be very useful, and we would like to request your paper to be published in our coming journal of TBCL journal. So before you leave for India, please leave your necessary article, this article to the office so that the editor will get your paper published in the coming issue, the journal. Okay?
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
I'll
Thank
try.
you, madam.
Yeah,
Including your
Thank you.
Ajahn. Ajahn, your translation is also maybe we will add your translation in Thai for the reader, for the useful for the readers. So yeah, we
What
are going to publish soon, coming soon, and then we
Okay,
will
ma'am.
send it to you. Yeah, thank you. Very good.
Thank you.
Thank
good
you, ma'am.
What's
information.
Nonglaji saying was your today's presentation,
Yes.
keep it with the Thai-Bharat cultural laws. In the next journal of our Thai-Bharat culture, we'd like to
Yeah.
print your
Yeah.
this.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Anybody else want to some question to Dr. Gogoi?
Sir?
เอ็นดูที่มันพุทธเอามาแม่ซื้ออะเลี้ยงเด็กอะเดิมก็ชอบเอาเด็กไปกินน่ะตอนหลังพระเจ้าเลยบอกอย่าไปกินเด็กนะ ก็เลยเอาไปเลี้ยงเอาอย่างนางยักษินีก็เลยมากลายเป็นเรื่องในแม่ซื้อใช่ไหมไทยเรา So in Thai we believe that there is one goddess who protect a child. You have that?
Who protect?
A child, children.
Or newborn in Hindu or in Buddhist?
In Hindu. ผมจะจำชื่อไม่ได้มันมีชื่ออยู่นะHariti.
Dharitri we consider is a goddess of art, mother goddess.
Yeah,
Mother goddess. Dharitri. Dharitri. Yeah. Basumati. Basumati.
I see. Buddhist image or Hindu? Hindu. So very fruitful lecture.
Yes, thank you.
So, in really on behalf of the Thai-Bharat cultural laws and our president Achan Chirapaji and all sitting people here, guests, on behalf of everybody, I will thanks again and again. Thanks to you. You have given such a good knowledge today. Even I was also not knowing a lot of things about the Buddhism in Assam. We always think that Assam has got no Buddha religion because Hindus are there and the Christianity came. But today we just came to know about Buddhist existing in Assam.
Is there some Bengali Buddhist in Assam? They are having the title Borua. They are, yes, you will get them in Dhaka also, in Bangladesh also. I met them. They are called, their title is Borua. And they are, in Guwahati itself, we have the Boruas who are Buddhist.
Yeah, Borua is a very popular surname in Assam.
Yes.
Yeah. When Borua, yeah.
Yeah, most of them are Buddhist.
So this is
Yes, that's what I'm.
even Chittagong, there Baruas are there.
Sir?
Chittagong,
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Because before, no, when it was Kamrupa, and even during the time of British, we had that portion joined in Assam by the British, and also during the time of Kamrupa, even some portion of Dhaka, up to Dhaka, during the time of this, Bhaskar Varmana, Kamrupa was extended up to Dhaka in the Pundavardhana, because his ancestors, he gifted, donated land to Brahmana during the time of Bhaskar Varmana in 7th century. So they have the inscription. Nobody is going to donate in a foreign country, right? So it must be within Kamrupa. And it was extended up to Nalanda too, his extension of Kamrupa. That's why in that case, these were there. Now only the division is very much political and
history is a subject. We keep on digging and we keep on finding the facts. It's never ending. History has got the never ending subject. So, and we really appreciate, we call Acharya and Dr. Gogoi, your knowledge about the the subject.
Thank you,
And I would like to request you come again
Thank you,
to
sir.
Bangkok, and then we have the big gathering of the your lecture. And once again, thanks to you. And I am also very much thankful to Achan Sambaji, who is very short time and really translated very well translated such a big thing. Yeah, Achan, you speak something.
Small seminar, maybe toward the end of this year.
Yeah, maybe next year, early next year. We would like to have a seminar.
Okay, thank you. I love to, because I feel like home here. Okay, sir. I'll prepare from now on. Because I feel, sir. Oh yes,
power.
yes. Professor Sofana Srichampa, she has done that also. I have
Yes, she
heard.
had done that.
She has done that in short power. Yes. Thank you.
And our just by instance, our this next month is going to Guwahati.
Yes,
Kanapat-
because
yeah.
they are having the semester with Guwahati University.
Yeah.
And in that case, doing that MOU, I was a middleman
Yeah,
in doing
okay.
that
So he's,
collaboration. And I asked him to call me so that I can take him his care. Actually, last year I was the visiting professor in that what do you say, course.
Introduce your college.
Thank you.
Will you like to speak something, ma'am? Please. Huh? Oh, yeah, your college in out of Guwahati. So give us some little information about your college.
On the stage, so that we can.
Okay.
Please.
Actually, nothing to say more regarding this topic, because I know how laboriously she worked these days, whole month. I think the whole year she's always busy with these academic works. Always, she's just a bookworm, writing and reading. So myself, I'm the eyewitness. That's why I can say that. So I'm from philosophy department, Moran College. It is affiliated under Dibrugad University. I'm HOD, philosophy department from Moran College, and Buddhist philosophy is one of the most favorite philosophy. And I like to say one thing here. I'm from pure philosophy based. That's why it's very difficult to talk before these living Buddhas. Actually, Buddhism is that kind of philosophy. We are, as a human being, we must practice in our daily life. And I like the basic theory that is pratitya samutpada, and that theory of causality, and which that theory of asat karyavada. Because in our life also we are passing through each and every moment, and it is better to live in the present moment. And every moment is it is just coming and going. That's why one philosopher long back told that a man cannot bathe twice in the same river. The same philosophy also we find in Buddhism also. So each and every moment we have to enjoy without desire for the fruit, because whatever we are doing, our karmas will definitely it will determine the result. So we have our right on the action only. So we must perform work or action without desiring for the result. The same thing is found in Bhagavad Gita also. Sakarmanyeva dhikaraste ma phalesu kadasana. So we have the right over the action. We have no right over the result. Result is always determined by the action itself. How much effort we put, that much of result we get. And this Asset Karyavada is very extraordinary theory. We are living a life that is very transitory, but it's very beautiful. And there is always newness. So if there is change, then only we can feel the newness, we can experience the newness. So newness is always there in change. So in philosophy, we have Kshanika Vada, that theory of momentariness. No soul theory is very interesting. Without soul, but Buddhism believes in Punarjanma, rebirth. So it's very interesting, very highly intellectual philosophical theory developed by Buddha. So I really admire Gautama Buddha for his religion, which is really a religion of humanity, morality, compassion, and love. And I think during that war in between Ukraine and Russia, I was just feeling the need of Buddha, that philosophy, who is always talking about nonviolence, peace, love, and compassion towards everything, every being. So I don't know how much, I'm not sure that I could explain more nicely before our monks. So I think this Buddhism is a connection in between Thailand and India, as well as Northeast India. So it is not only a religion, it is a philosophy of life. Every human being in real sense are Buddhas. Every scholar in real sense Buddha. So this wisdom we must acquire through our kind effort, through our dedication, through our this moral and moral exercises. And that's why Gautama Buddha, he prescribed these eightfold paths to lead a life beyond all kinds of complexities and problems, because suffering is there. Sarvam dukham, but there is a way leading to the cessation of suffering. So I hope each and everybody may get a life, a blissful life, a life of nirvana, where there is no, not a single tint of suffering. So we must lead a very simple and normal life, and whatever we are thinking, we are. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to say a few, to express my feelings here. And I'm very grateful to our Honorable Professor Sirapat Sir and Sangeeta Baido, my sister, for taking me to this place. And and another thing I want to express, that long back, our contemporary Indian philosopher Rabindranath Tagore started this effort. So maybe I'm the luckiest one to come here and see whatever he put that sapling, now it is full grown. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you too much. And you have given very nice philosophical touch on the Buddhism. And yeah, I also heard somebody told that Gautam Buddha was not a religious person, he was a philosopher. And he was just give the darshan on how to live, how to be peaceful, how to be happy in this life. So this is the message we get from Gautam Buddha. and we hope that we all be happy and then be in this life. And now at the end, anything, anybody wants to speak anything? So we end this session today, and outside the refreshment is there. Please take the refreshment. And one group photo, please. Who will take group? Achan, please come. Mataji, आप बोलेंगे कुछ? ये इसको can we? Yeah, all everybody. Let's this is required or can remove it. Can we?
อันนี้เอาออกได้หรือไม่
เอาออกได้ไหมออกได้นะ Okay, please.
ท่านประธานนั่งตรงกลางเลย
Yeah.
เดี๋ยวสองรูป
Song. No, you. No, you sit and Achan Chirapaji will sit. No?
นิมนต์
Okay.
นิมนต์นะครับ
Achan. Oh.
ค่ะขอบคุณทุกท่านที่เข้าร่วมนะคะ เดี๋ยวขอประชาสัมพันธ์งานหน้านิดนึงนะคะ วันที่6 สิงหาคมนะคะ จะมีสัมมนาอีกครั้งหนึ่งนะคะของเดือนนี้ เยอะมากนะคะเป็นงานฮินดูในมุมที่คุณอาจยังไม่รู้จักนะคะ โดยวิทยากรอาจารย์ภาสนินวงศ์วุฒิสาโรจน์นะคะ อาจารย์ก็จะพารู้จักกับแกนของศาสนาฮินดูนะคะ ว่าเขามีหลักธรรมการปฏิบัติตัวยังไงนะคะ แล้วก็มารู้จักกับเทศกาลรักษาบันดันนะคะ เป็นเทศกาลสำหรับพี่น้องนะคะ มาผูกข้อมือกันมาเรียนรู้กันนะคะ แล้วก็วันนั้นเหมือนเดิมนะคะ ถ้าใครที่มีโอกาสมาที่นี่ได้นะคะ ก็จะได้กินอาหารอินเดียร่วมกันด้วยนะคะค่ะก็ขอประชาสัมพันธ์นะคะ ใครที่ว่างๆอยู่ก็มาร่วมกันได้นะคะ วันนี้ก็ขออนุญาตปิดไลฟ์แค่นี้นะคะ ขอบคุณทุกท่านมากๆเลยนะคะ สวัสดีค่ะ